No. Meow Mew. Okay. Jibril. How is Meow Mew? How is having Prank Kids? How is basically having the same exact meta minus Prank Kids a better meta? Like, just explain to me, like, how that's a good take. You basically selected one of the top 3 meta decks and just, like, threw a dart at a board and said, you die. Like, I don't understand how that's fair, or, like, how you can, even if it's, like, illogical, how you can defend it. Because it doesn't, like, why were all 3 decks not hit, like, equivalently? You know what I mean? Like, why look at that deck specifically and say that one deserves to die? Like, why not Sword Soul? Why not, I don't know, ban fucking Xiao? Cause fuck it. Like, I just don't understand it. It was because of Charlotte. That's the only solace. The only solace I can say is, like, at least Prank Kids got a YCS out of this. Out of this, like, new Prank Kids, Brave, you know, like, Phoenix Enforcer. Like, Prank Kids got their championship out of it, so, you know, golf clap for them. But I don't understand how you can look at the top 3 decks of the meta and say those 2 get completely unpunished. Like, at all. They get the completely skate, and they get 0 punishment, but the other one gets murdered. I don't mean hit. It's actually not playable anymore. You make that make sense to me, chat. The cat didn't need to be banned. I mean, that's what I said, but Jib says that I'm an R word for saying that. Between I lose to some brain dead prank bozo who drew Kid Right. I mean, I don't lose to Kid Right. I don't know. I just have Lord and I just break the whole board with 1 card. Well, 2 cards, kind of. That's not, I mean, chat, hold on. Is Jib just baby raging right now? Is Jib baby raging, or is he not? Just get, I mean, I don't know. I feel like just get good. Just fucking get good. I have an issue because they didn't prove they're good at the game. Like, that's just... What is this? Press 1 if Jib became an elitist. Jib became a fart-smelling San Francisco elitist overnight. If you beat me with a skillful deck, then it is earned. But if you beat me with a non-skillful deck, we must ban that deck. That's what you sound like, Jib. That's what you sound like. Seriously, if you beat me with a skillful deck, then you earned it, and like it's a deserved victory, and you should feel great. But if you beat me with a non-skillful deck, then like your deck should be hit and it shouldn't exist. Like, I don't know, just get rid of Eldritch then. I mean, Eldritch isn't fucking skillful. I guess that's what you're saying. Let's like, all right, just ban fucking Sanguine and Conk and everything. That sounds like me. That sounds okay. Well, that sounds really elitist, really stupid, and dare I say, this is an insulting word that I don't like to use, ignorant, chat. I don't even understand like that logic. Like, I don't care. That's not how I evaluate winning and losing. If you beat me with a deck that's like brain dead, I mean, it is what it is. Like, so? Like, I care if you beat me with some broken shit. Like, to me, it doesn't impress. Like, if you beat me with like the most complicated deck, like, more power to you. That's awesome. You know, Dragon Link has like 30 lines of play. Awesome. But if you're doing just like fair stuff, like, I ain't got a problem with it. But if you beat me with a brain dead deck and it has like insane unfair stuff, like, yeah, I got a problem with it. Every deck requires skill. They all require some skill, but they don't require like the same amount of skill. I won't debate that. I won't even debate if Prank Kids is like the most skillful deck. But I'll say this, I don't know. I think the only person, chat, who like wasn't thrilled is this guy, was Jake. And well, I guess technically I haven't seen Simo's banlist reaction, but I think it's just so interesting. Everyone is like completely in love with the ban list, and I'm shocked by that. I really am shocked by everyone being in love with this ban list. Everyone is just in love. Good lord, that number though. MBT's popping up. Fuck off. Does he condone white supremacy? We'll find out. I'm gonna.
Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and we are live.
Damn it, Joseph! You couldn't even stop playing Master Duel.
reacting to the
For a
new
minute.
list, which Konami was nice
Well, I
enough to
guess he
drop
wanted to rely-
while
okay,
I
fine.
was grinding with Hero. And it's going well, surprisingly. This is no magic key, trust me. Now, the ban list has been dropped.
That happens. Yeah, honeymoon phase. Like, what's the point of the game when someone can beat you because their cards are just better? Like, if a newer player picks up Pranks or Eldritch and FTKs me, I'm not fine with that loss. But, like, I mean, you're acting like that's something that's mutually exclusive to Prank Kids, Jib. Then, I guess what, like, is your solution to just make every deck have, like, an insane high ceiling? You know what I mean? Like, are you basically saying that no deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Should be, like, accessible for new players or should have low ceilings? Because have you ever played, like, fighting games? You know how some characters are, like, easy to play and then some characters are, like, complicated as hell to play? I feel like every competitive sport, every competitive, like, game has that, chat. You have some characters or some teams that are, like, unless it's like Madden, where I guess, like, you play a sports game, like, I guess everything is probably relative. Like, you know, a good team is not going to be that much easier to play than, I guess, like, a bad team. Bowser versus Marth. I mean, it just sounds like Jib is saying, like, games and, like, games are to be, like, fighting games. They should just not have easy characters. Like, I don't get that logic. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what BP is also saying. It's not, they didn't even try other ways of addressing the deck. They just murdered it. There's no difference, chat. There's literally no difference between Meow Mew at 0 and all the Prank Kid cards at 0, because it's the same result. You could just say every single Prank Kid card is at 0, because you're not gonna, like, from a competitive standpoint, I mean, you could probably whoop Little Jimmy at locals, but you're not gonna be topping the YCS. You know what I mean? And I don't buy into this argument that, like, simple decks shouldn't exist. Like, they should exist.
Apparently, unless chat.
I'm not even gonna go over, like, skill as a relative term or it's subjective or anything like that, chat. I feel like there should be certain decks that aren't super skill intensive, because you're going to, like, what are casuals supposed to play? Like, you want some decks for casual players. You want some that, like, not every deck's identity needs to be, like, 5-minute turn to think about my moves. Like, bro, I love Eldritch set 5. The only thing in Eldritch you have to think about is, like, remembering to activate the elixirs after the Golden Lands. If you can remember that, you can play Eldritch. Like, activate Gold, activate Conk. Just don't change your cards fucking backwards, and you'll do fine with Eldritch. You know what I mean?
Absolutely schlong.
Jib's point is moot because power creep is literally just making new cards better than old. Well, no, that's not necessarily true, Dolan, because what Jib is basically saying is, like, you can have new archetypes come out and make the old ones worse, but by Jib's logic, every single new archetype that comes out needs to be super complicated and, like, maximize skill expression. That's what he's saying. He's saying no deck should be, like, easy. Or if you do make new easy deck, like, if you make a deck easy, then it needs to, like, by default be terrible. Because a player who plays easy deck doesn't deserve to beat a player who plays skillful deck. And I just don't, I don't agree with that.
Me. I have a couple of hopes for the ban list. I think that the ban list has an opportunity to be something really transformative. Yu-Gi-Oh's in a really great place right now, I believe. But there's a couple of cards that I think are...
What did he just say? What did he just say? This is so true. Yu-Gi-Oh! The TCG is in a great place. This is why, this is the whole thing about, like, we need a ban. Like, bro, no. The TCG is actually just in a great, it was in a great place. Thank you. Like, someone else said it. Like, the TCG was actually in a super healthy state. But apparently Prank Kids was the problem with the format. According to Konami, anyways.
Mecha Phantom Beast, Auroradon banned, Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo banned, Predaplant Verte Anaconda banned. In the arms of the angels.
A perfect example is Invoked. Invoked is a solid deck that's easy to pick up. Yep. Winda is their win condition. It can steal you games, but Pranks is just better than the other. Cool. So, like, what's the point? An easy deck could be good, but the best? Nah. Jim, this wasn't your point though. Your argument was that if you lose to Invoked, then it's not a deserved loss, right? Your argument is like, if you lose to Invoke, then Invoke deserves to like not exist anymore. Or it's not a justified win and the Invoke deck should get hit because it's not skillful. Like you're saying basically, if you play Sword Soul and you play against Invoked and they win to beat you, then like Invoke deserves to have Schism banned or whatever the fuck. While Sword Soul doesn't, because subjectively Sword Soul is more skillful, which is just a horse shit. I mean, like the opinion of like Sword Soul being more skillful might be true, but the reasoning behind like how each deck gets hit is just stupid to me.
Go to hell. So Mecha Phantom Beast of Rodan is a card that I knew was busted on release and was very quickly integrated into extremely frustrating Hauka Fibrax lines that set up Avogadro's number of negates. Prankid's Meow Meow Moo is responsible pretty much single-handedly for Prankid being a force for the last 2 years. And
watch the Prank Kids one. Oh! Hold on, I'm actually like a little...
Ladies and gentlemen!
Okay, wait. Too loud. What does Prank Kids do, chat? I'm actually a little interested. Hold on, let's see what we got. Nothing. Yeah. Oh no! You have to play Alistair now? Oh no! What's up, Smitty? How are you doing tonight? You have to play Alistair in this deck? I mean, I guess Invocation can fuse into these. Thank you very much, Smitty Plays Yu-Gi-Oh! For coming through with the Twitch resubscription on a Tuesday, by the way. Smitty, grown-ass man for 14 months in a row, over a full year of grown-ass manliness. Thank you so much, Smitty. Alright, I mean, I guess watch the first... Let's just see what it does a little bit. So that's the normal? Or... He banished... Oh! That was actually brilliant! Banish Alistair for the draw, use Invocation, put Alistair back in hand, normal summon Alistair! Yo, that was actually like, I don't think that's consistent, but that was actually like brilliant. That was actually like so freaking, I didn't even realize what was happening. That was actually brilliant. Okay, Macabre. Let's see. I feel like the opening hand was like nuts though, so I'm wondering like, can you really do this consistently? He's gonna make Toad! He's gonna make Toad. As soon as I saw double Aqua, I was like, he's going for Toad. They only do that. Like, people don't do that anymore. But like, people forget this deck can make Toad. As soon as I saw, I was like, he's going for Toad. Okay, we got something. What else we got? Plays the trap. Interesting. Probably gonna negate that. Get a Aqua back. That's fine, okay. What's this trap gonna do? And then he's gonna go for Battle Butler. Activate the effects. Ban that Fraud. Yeah, well, people have forgotten that, like, I think 2 of his Aquas or Dropsies, I think they're both in the graveyard now. But even right now, technically, chat, he could set up for like another Toad. Like if he summoned an Aqua, like double Aqua, but I think they're both in the graveyard. He could, well, yeah, his opponent belled. If his opponent didn't bell, chat, he could set up right now like another Toad. He could summon an Aqua from deck and then have added like Dropsy, or I keep saying Aqua. Add Dropsies back from graveyard to hand and then summon one, and then next turn you put on Toad. Oh my goodness! Battle Butler can't double Regeki anymore. I just realized that. They can't double Regeki anymore. Oh, why? Oh my goodness. They need another Link 1, bro. Seriously. They can't even double. It just because I'm like, well, he has double Regeki because I'm so used to Meow Mew, but it just dawned on me like she's not just a Link 1. She actually has an effect. So it just yeah. This deck needs like another Link 1. Oh, what's this one do? Oh, that's okay. How Smitty you are. I don't know, dude. That like that disruption looked okay. But man, chat, just having one Regeki, is that where Yu-Gi-Oh is, chat? Having one Regeki is like fair? Because I feel like that's totally just like where Yu-Gi-Oh, like that just tells you power creep, chat. Having one Regeki on your opponent's turn is just fair. Like double Regeki is like crazy, but just having one Regeki like ain't even that good. You know what I mean? Like having one Regeki like, it's good, I guess. Like people gonna play through one Regeki. But two Regekis, that's pretty hard to play through. You know, double Regeki. I want to see the opening again. Because, like, the reason I question this is because he hard opened Alistar and Invocation. So, like, I want to see if he can consistent. I want to see what happens when you don't open Alistar. What does the Prank Kid deck do? Because I feel like, what are you doing if you don't have Alistar? See? Come on, bro. You're not going to open Alistar every game. Stop. He's playing against Eldritch. Stop. You're not going to open... Just show me one hand without Alistar. Or Invoke it. Like, you're not going to open Alistar every fucking game. Unless he's playing Meltdown. Anyway. Press 1 if fucking scripted, chat. Every single game, open Alistar or Invocation. Really? You don't have a single opening without those cards? I mean, look, if you're telling me you're also playing Meltdown... Or excuse me, yeah, Meltdown. Plus... maybe even set rotation and terraforming, like, okay, then you probably are gonna open with it. But at that point, like, you might need to be running like 60 or something. I don't know. That seems like super cluttery. But like every game he opens a poly card, and I'm like, I kind of question that. I'm like, are you really gonna open up that every game? So like, just show me one game where you don't open with that, so I can evaluate it. Okay, one more. So he does run Poly too. Okay, but so he does play Meltdown and Alistar. Chad, is that fair then? Is that fair to like always expect Alistar if you run 3 Meltdown, 1 Terraforming, and 3 Alistar? I would say it probably is. Because you're basically just kind of running Invoked at that point. And it's not realistic, Chad, to expect Invoke to like not open Alistar. They'll open Alistar like literally 100% of games. Even with those 7 copies of Alistar, they also have like Pot. You know what I mean? Like it's that deck will always get the Alistar like 100% of games. No, I think it actually is, Dolan. If you play 3 of a monster, 3 of a field spell that gets the well, I'm not saying it's always going to resolve, right? I'm not saying that the cards can't get Ash or stuff. But I mean, like, actually getting to the Alistar. I think, like, maybe not literally 100%, but, like, they'll do it, like, 9 out of 10 games. They'll get to the Alistar, like, 9 out of 10 times. Or 3 Alistar. For this deck, it's even better. Because you have 3 Alistar, 3 Meltdown, 1 Terraforming for Meltdown. So that's 7. And then maybe 2 Invocations. And this person doesn't need Alistar necessarily. They can also use Invocation plus 2 Prank Kids. So, what were we at? 7? That's 9 cards. That's 25% of your deck. That's pretty good, dude. That's 20-10 with Terraforming. They could also run, technically, set rotation. Like, they're gonna get to that card. So, actually, maybe this might be not just shitty replay. I just want to see the opening hands. Let's see. Okay, this one has Alistar. And then I want to just see what the deck list looks like. This one has Invocation. Alright, let's look at the deck list. 3 Alistar. Oh! He plays 3. Okay. You have to play 3 Invocation. Oh, wow. Wow. You have to play 3 Invocation now, chat. 3 Alistar, 3 Invocation. I guess Invocation is technically the card you want. 2 Magical Meltdowns. Terraforming. No set rotation, though. Yeah, I mean, That's still 8 cards, 9 with terraforming. I feel like you probably should get that, but hold on. That's actually pretty, you know, hold on, I'm gonna like that video.